bus going round and round. Got the wheels on the bus going round and round. Yeah, wheels going round and round. Yeah, and we rolling through your town. Yeah, hey, round and round and round and round and round. Yeah.
What's going on? Welcome to another episode of the Big Ugly Sports Show, brought to you by the Bank of Dudley since 1905. We are your first, we are your only source for mediocre, below average sports coverage. My name is Chill. Glad you could join us this morning. We are live on a Wednesday morning, so you are getting this hot and fresh if you're listening this Wednesday morning. Got a lot to talk about today. Got some UGA Baseball, Braves, recapping the West Lawrence High School State Golf Tournament. Catastrophe at West Middle. So a lot to unpack this morning. Let's see who's on set with us.
Robin Hood and Little John.
He looks like chewed up bubblegum with his shirt off. Nobody dries out a brisket quite like him. He loves his blow dryer. We are his only friends. His head is small, but his face is fat. Put your hands together for Matt Opie Hightower.
It might be time for you to retire that one line that trips you up every single week.
Recycle or retire?
Water they were drinking.
Retire.
Okay. Yeah. It's a tongue twister.
Dreaming that a scheming sheriff and his...
But again, you don't tell. Oh, that's the wrong one, ain't it?
Hey, focus.
My bad, buddy.
It's all right, bro.
Should have known that guy wasn't here.
I'm bringing the heat. Whatever music you play, it doesn't matter. Let's go.
Y'all, he's a UGA graduate. He is a diehard dog. He can make a bottle of mouthwash stink. His bottom row looks like he bit a brick. Everyone's an idiot compared to him. Get on your feet. Stop what you're doing for the pride of Buddy Johnson Road. I'm talking about Adam Hightower.
Some have said I'm the face of the franchise.
No question.
Speaking of faces, Chill, I think it's time for an intervention with Adam. You know, like he grew up skinny, all right, but he's a little bit of a big boy now. And as other big boys, you and I have figured out beards are the way to go. That goatee looks real small on that jaw.
Beard does cover up the neckline.
We're trying to hide something here.
Here's what I'm going to say.
Let's hear it.
Nobody looks like you is going to give anybody advice on what they should or should not be putting on their body.
It doesn't make it wrong.
Yep. Let me check. Yep, you're wrong. Yep, you're wrong.
I'm looking at that goatee. It's not wrong.
Well, I like what I see when I look at the man.
Boy, cleaned up this morning too. We both got that clean neck.
Yeah, boy.
Clean neck. Okay.
Hey, I like the positive.
Thank you, bud.
Not the negative.
He's red faced this morning.
He is. He thought he had me, but I just don't care what he thinks.
But I do like when Opie comes out firing. And he's been sitting on that one.
Yeah.
He's been sitting
as soon as I walked in, his nostrils were flared.
No, it came to me during the music. I looked over there and saw it.
So the goatee, the full beard would be a better look for him. You think? What's it?
I like it when he's got a beard.
I'm not a fan.
Maybe just a little wider on the goatee. Just looks real thin.
Well, I did shave it in a hurry by flashlight. Trying to not wake anybody up So
if you get some doors in that house, you can use a whole light.
No, I turned the light on. I was joking. Okay. Stupid.
Oh, good times, little brother on brother crime start today. So, man, we're glad you're with us this morning. Like I said, we are on Wednesday morning. I was at a golf tournament, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. But so we are going to be hot and fresh, trying to get it uploaded soon so our loyal listeners can hear it. But if wherever you're listening, make sure you are subscribed. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe, let us know you're following us, comment, whatever you want to do, and visit our website at www.thebiguglysportshow.com. So, as you can see this morning, no Jay, that's to be expected, even though when we pulled up, the telltale sign usually for Jay to be here is the bedroom light on, which is the bedroom he gets ready in that he's made us aware of, and the bedroom light was on this morning. So, I've even set his mic and his headphones up, expecting Jay to show up, but
no Jay.
So maybe
rangers have to get up real early. So he's probably got some duties around the farm that he's got to take care of instead of being on the show.
Probably feeding the cattle back there and things like that.
He'd get my bird field ready.
And Law, in his defense, could have came yesterday, but I couldn't be here, so we decided to have it on Wednesday. And Law, being the team player he is driving a northwest route this morning, so that route starts before our show ends. So shout out to Law, man. Just what a company guy that continues to catch a lot of grief in the bus driver community because, those of us that drive Southwest, he is notoriously late, or he will notoriously not pick up somebody's kids he's supposed to, just every now and then. But you know, at the drop of a hat, he will drive a route that nobody else wants to drive. So just need to recognize law for that.
So other than showing up on time and picking up all the kids, he's doing awesome.
Well, I think that he's kind of like just this. You put him in wherever you want him, and so they treat him bad because they make him drive all these routes that nobody wants. Like if you're out, he's driving that route. If this person out, he's going to drive. And normal people, we don't like doing that.
No, I don't like to veer from my route.
But I'm not sure which one came first. He was unreliable slightly, or they started plugging him in all the time, and he just got worn out, and so he's just it's kind of
he's battling.
Yeah, it's tit for tat. He knows that they're going to abuse him, so he uses and abuses the time frames and pickups and whatnot.
But he's a guy that they can hit up early in the morning and be like, hey, we need you to run, and he'll go run it. And he may not like it, but he'll go run it, and then we'll cover his route, which is not that hard to cover amongst other drivers that are driving. But one thing I did learn too, and Coach Jones, who's a loyal listener of the show, Carlos Jones can listen to this. Mitch does need to be reminded day before if he's supposed to drive your route or not. Not the Friday night before that Monday, and so that happened.
That's fair.
A few weeks ago, Coach let him know on Friday, hey, we're gonna be at track Monday. You got me, yeah. Monday rolls around, didn't get him, and everybody's like, where's Coach Jones' kid? Mitch is like, I think that was supposed to be. But he didn't tell me yesterday. That's what he said. So
that's a lot of days between.
Anytime somebody wants me to do something, I tell them I need a reminder the day of.
I can attest to you. You need that.
Well, and I think a lot of people deal with that. If you tell me, hey, I need you to do something Thursday, but it's Monday, like we verbally, it's not in my email, it's not in the text message, it's hard for me to remember that.
Could you phone calendar to help?
That's what I was thinking.
I have started doing that.
I'm a big calendar guy.
Are you an electronic calendar or a paper calendar?
Electronic calendar. And
I just created recently a summer schedule for all of my activities.
Wow!
For me and the kids, I'm so excited.
On your phone calendar, or you just?
I have a printout one that
you do it on Docs?
I edited, on Docs.
So now
fold it up and put it in your back pocket.
So now we download the Docs app on our phone.
There we are.
Here we are. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Hey,
I love to see growth.
Hey, 2024, boy.
It won't be long now. He'll be taking his wallet with him everywhere.
The birds going ham this morning.
Springtime. We're like the Masters.
It does feel like it. So, real quick update on the state golf tournament we had. We went down Sunday up to LaGrange or whatever for the West Orange High School boys and girls state golf tournament. Girls team made it, and we played Monday and Tuesday. And boy, it was rough.
Things didn't go our way.
Well, I mean, not necessarily that way, but rough as in a very steep, hilly walk on 18 holes for them girls, and they had requested, and so one of the dads ended up buying them for them. We going to reimburse him, but they saw another team that had cut off polos on a few weeks ago, so that's what they wanted for the state tournament. So we got them cut off. Well, that sun was blaring on Monday, and when they came in on Monday afternoon, they looked like they'd been hit by a semi and roasted. I mean, they were defeated. Like, I felt so bad for them, and then the whole time I'm thinking, hey, you got 18 more tomorrow. Like, but
hey, loyal listeners, don't get it twisted. Chili Dog was not walking.
Hold on, not quite contrary. Contrary, is that where are we at on that word?
Contrarian.
No, like on the contrary.
On the contrary, there you go.
But I felt like you said quite. Okay, on the contrary, we show up at the Fields, which is where the girls are having, pretty nice scores. The boys are having theirs at Highlands Country Club. Let's call it a 9 out of 10. Let's call the Fields about a 5 out of 10. So they really got us on that one. But it was a nice course. And so we get there the first morning, and it's cart pandemonium out there. Like, no carts. All the coaches' carts. Parents have gotten them because they didn't put placards. They didn't mark them. They just set them aside. Well, then when you go in and they just give you a key to go to the cart. Parents grab them. So Chill didn't get a cart the first day.
Oh.
None. And so, I got 4 different girls playing, and so it's ideal to have a cart so I can maneuver. So I got out there on the first 9, and I was just kind of positioning myself where I could see the girls come through. And after 9, I was like, this ain't for me. Back of the calves burnt. Arms getting roasted. I said, nah. I went on in that clubhouse and just sat up there and waited for them to come in on the other 9.
You look like you got hit by semi too?
Yes, I felt bad, but But the girls team ended up finishing 9th in the state, so shout out to that.
That's great.
And Kate Belote finished 9th, which is makes 4 times top 10 state finisher for her. And then Brody Graham, our individual that went and played at Highlands, he finished as a freshman 23rd in the state. So
Cool.
yeah, very, 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 very good day for West Orange Raider golf. But I was glad to be home, and because it was a long weekend. But tell us a little bit about. I hear there were some murmurs about some field day issues over at West Middle. Not really issues, just an issue.
Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a moment of silence for Noah Garnto's knee. All right. So we're getting ready for field day, 6th grade field day, West Middle. And Noah and I teach first period together, our homerooms together. And the first event is kickball. Okay. Everybody knows in the morning time, grass is wet.
A little dew-eyed.
Yeah. So, and Noah has been fired up all week. He's telling me how we're going to dominate and we're going to do this. And I'm like, okay, let's do it.
Now, is this, let me ask for the people, is this kids versus kids? Is it kids and teachers
Kids and teachers versus, it's your class versus the class, right? And
wow.
And so I'm telling Noah, me being 39, I'm getting up there. We're up there, right? So we've been through it. We know that we ain't got what we used to.
Body ain't what it used to be.
Been humbled.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, multiple times. Yeah. So anyway, we're headed out there, and I say, Noah, don't forget now, we're not wearing cleats. This grass is soaking wet. If you're going to change directions, you got to chop them down.
You know what? This is Adam setting himself up for I told you so.
He laid it all out there.
I didn't.
I tried to tell him.
But that is common sense. What you got to shut them. You got to shut down earlier.
But
than you
I
used
told him that as a buddy.
Y'all kicking a man while he's down.
No, that I did do that later though, and so I was just telling him that because I've played scout team QB at football practice before and busted my tail because I was wearing cleats inside on concrete and fell down. Anyway,
cleats on concrete inside. That sounds about right. Right.
As a coach,
it was wet out. Trying to give him a look.
Red dog.
Anyway, yeah. And so anyway, we get out there and I got coffee in one hand and I'm like, I'm not really going to try real hard. I just got my coffee and I'm here to help. Anyway, they kick me one. I scoop it and throw somebody out, coffee in hand.
Didn't spill it.
Didn't spill a drop. And
hey, some folks don't look.
Boy, it's dangerous to let Adam tell a story.
There's witnesses.
There I was, all by myself, coffee in one hand, making plays with the other.
I've told this one guy, hey, if you hurt, I told you so. Now watch me.
So they hit, they kick.
Whoa.
Yeah, y'all got me flush again. 2 balls come my way, get them out both. But we're hitting all the way through.
Now we're up to 2. We're up to 2.
So then they kick one. This is almost like a hero story for me and a tough story for
I got to change the title of it. Change the title of this segment.
So anyway, they kick one to Noah, and it's a little slow roller dribbler, and he's sprinting, and he's big boy.
Thank you. That's
so he's
for those who don't know Noah.
Yeah, describe Noah.
Yeah, Noah's a big fella.
I don't want to tell his exact weight. I know how much he actually weighs, and I'm not going to do it. But it's a lot.
He's big.
Yes,
he's a big dude.
And
tall too, 6'5" probably.
Yes, and anyway, he's sprinting in there as hard as he can go. And I'm just watching, drinking coffee, and I'm like, that's a bad idea.
I love how Noah's just an extra in this story. Barely talked about him at all.
I witnessed the count here. It's about to get real Noah heavy here. So anyway, he plants to make the play, and his right foot gone, son. Left foot didn't go with it. Oh, full split. I mean, and I'm watching it in slow motion, like, no. And
I told you so.
Chop him down.
And dude, he hits that split, and I was like, "Oh man, please don't be hurt." And then he let us know he was hurt. And this
did he come out to split? Like, did it like?
Yeah, it was like he split, and then it was like he toppled over backwards, boom, and then it's kind of writhed around in pain and was yelling a little bit. And
we get some screaming.
It was. I won't call it a scream. It was more like a
moan.
It was like kind of deal. And then of course I had to walk over there and say, You all right?
I told you so.
No, I did. I saved that for later.
Guarantee you, height walked over there. Told you that grass was wet.
So what are you doing? Get up.
I said, he's like, man, it's torn. I know it's torn, but I think it scared him and hurt him at the same time. But anyway, he's like, man, I'm pretty sure I tore something here. And
the whole time, guarantee you, Height's over there thinking, how's this going to affect my morning?
For sure. Man, we can't
not at all. I felt terrible because like I hate to see people get hurt, especially my buddies. So I know you like to paint me in a negative light, but
this is a real
I was worried
sincere moment in the show. I think about it. We're just going to let you talk.
Yeah, I was. You know what? That'd be nice. That'd be real nice. No, I felt bad for him, and I did feel like I should try to lighten the mood a little bit, kind of, because he was, of course,
he was embarrassment. There's kids.
That's doing him a favor.
Yeah, and so I go, man,
because this story is about him. This scene is about him.
The Noah portion's over.
No, I said Noah. I said that was a real impressive split. I didn't know you could get that low. I'm talking about when you. The middle of Noah was sitting on that ground. I'm telling you,
a good visual for everybody.
Yes, sir. That's the most PG way I can say that. But,
so what's the verdict? Where's my boy at?
Yeah. So anyway,
how long was he down?
Well, I go. I had to yell at the resource officer, bring the golf cart. And
have you put your coffee down yet, or are you still? Oh, okay.
No, I put it down whenever we had to help him get up and into the back, and I felt bad. I said, "What? They wanting to put him in the back of the golf cart?" I said, "Well, what's the capacity on this bed?" I wasn't real sure, but it was good. It was almost twice as him, so
he's safe.
Yeah.
So where's he at
it's
now?
It's torn MCL, and he's got to get an MRI this week or next week, depending on his insurance. They dragging around.
Are we sure it's not ACL, or that could be?
It could be that too.
Yeah. Bless him.
Yeah,
that's a tough story to tell. How it happened. You got to explain.
He texted me later because I was checking on him. The kids were worried about him, and we lost the game. And I was telling everybody the only reason we lost was because the kids were out of sorts because they were worried about him.
It's hard to be mentally engaged.
Yeah, well, I do. And Noah gets on the golf cart, and the kids are over there, and they start to take off. He gives them thumbs up.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he did. He said, "Somebody tell Mama."
Oh my goodness. Well, Noah, we know you are a loyal listener, and you'll be laid up listening to this maybe, but
listen, I'm gonna tip my cap to this dude Monday morning at work.
Back at it.
Yes, sir. Ain't missed a day.
Wow. What a guy. That's a Garto, It's a Garto. So
kids love him over there. He's a good teacher, and he's great with building relationships with those kids, man. They love him. So they were glad he was back.
Hey, well, Noah, heartfelt from the bus crew. We hope you get to feeling better. We know there could have been some more you in that story we would have liked to hear, but we got a little bit of height, so we do hope you get to feeling better.
We're all just character actors in Adam's story, but
oh, Amy, easy now.
Adam.
I did. There was one more highlight.
Can we hit it after the break? We're due for a commercial break. So
it'll pass. I just won't tell it.
We might need to hear it. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Let's unpack UGA baseball. Little Scotty Scheffler, that we hadn't had the show since that incident. So y'all stay with us. We'll be right back.
New year, new financial goals. Whether it's saving, investing, or planning for the future, we've got your back. Visit Bank of Dudley today, and let's make 2024 your year for financial success. Bank with confidence at Bank of Dudley. Since 1905, member FDIC.
This is Brad Meeks, owner of Brian's Giant Subs. Thanks for listening to the Big Ugly Sports Podcast. Come see us today to grab your favorite sub, 1632 Veterans Boulevard in the Oaks Shopping Center, Dublin, Georgia.
J2 Streaming Services. With over 9,000 live channels and packages starting at $15 per month, you literally can't beat it. Visit them on the web at www.j2streaming.com. Proud sponsor of the Big Ugly Sports Show.
For all your HVAC needs, please call Elite Comfort Solutions. We specialize in commercial and residential HVAC. The number is 833-483-HVAC, and the website is www.elitecomfortsolutions-inc.com. Call for a free quote today.
Big Peach Car Wash coming this April across from Walmart on Highway 80. I hadn't washed my truck in 5 years. I'm breaking that streak this April.
Welcome back to the Big Ugly Sports Show, brought to you by the Bank of Dudley. We are here for segment 2, and we got the Bus Cup, second round of the Bus Cup coming up. But before that, we have a little UGA baseball to talk about. Opie, lead us out with what we got going on in Dog Nation right now.
Tough day for the boys baseball team yesterday.
How'd the girls' baseball team do?
Well,
That was pretty good.
he's so quick.
He is
so quick. Can't say nothing around here. But so the baseball team struggled yesterday. They came off those big wins against Vandy, had swept a few series in a row, then come back and lose to Florida over last weekend, and then come out in the first game of the conference tournament and just laid an egg. I think it was like 9-1 yesterday or something like that. It was bad. So they're struggling a little bit, and that's not good for baseball. Momentum is a big thing. They're about to sit at home for a few days while the conference tournament keeps going. That's not going to be good for the region, or when they host the
Regional?
Yeah, regional. So hopefully they can do some simulated games, get some intensity back, get the bats going, and turn it back around.
So the game they lost yesterday was the SEC tournament? Mm-hmm. Are they eliminated from that?
I think they are.
Yep.
Yeah.
But they're still going to the regionals.
Yeah, they'll still,
it's just like NCAA basketball.
They were good enough to get in, though, without.
They've already been chosen.
They're going to host the first round, but it's just not good for the momentum going into that.
You know how it is. You got to be hot.
Yeah.
In baseball, you got to be hot.
Maybe they lost on purpose. Need a little rest. Need arms rest a little bit. So they took that L. I saw where
they did. They nailed it.
This girl Georgia softball team won on walk-off at their regional, right?
Yeah, so they were replaying that game yesterday while we were eating lunch, and I saw. Did you see the shortstop for Georgia? Not for Georgia, for the team they were playing.
Liberty.
For Liberty, took that pop up right off the eyeball.
Like a routine pop up.
Yeah, routine pop up, 5-6. Now it was probably high sun, and it was right in the ball was high, looking at the sun, and just drifted over there, coming right down, can of corn, right off the eyeball.
Yikes.
Knocked her glasses off. She probably told her mama, "Hey, get all your friends to watch. I'm gonna be on TV."
Watch this pop up.
That happened to me one time in high school. Channel 13 came and interviewed seniors at East Lawrence, and I had called family. Hey, I'm gonna be on TV. Bread. They showed a couple of the seniors. They didn't show me. My daddy loved it. He thought that joint was hilarious.
Oh man. Do y'all want to go Bus Cup now, or do y'all want to hit Scotty Scheffler news, or
let's go Scotty Scheffler?
All right, we'll go Scotty Scheffler, and we'll come back to the Bus Cup. So Scheffler, rough go at the PGA Championship at the beginning of the week.
I mean, I feel like it's got to be just a miscommunication and an honest mistake. That's where I'm gonna go with.
He gets a lot of leeway because of the person he's been over the past few years, or his whole life, I guess. People are giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Is that fair?
I think so.
I think like a buck.
No. I'm Team Scotty.
Okay.
It seems
you're usually
like
Team Bad Take too.
Yeah,
though. I thought this was prime
really.
time.
I was hoping you had something there because I was going to lie.
I don't. I think I give him the benefit of the doubt. I think he probably was doing what he was told, and it doesn't look good for the Louisville Police Department. Although I did see the memes that have come out of this are just so good, so good. I saw one yesterday that said, "How about that rehabilitation program at Louisville PD?" The dude has come out of jail and just doing great things.
Did you see Max Holmes' tweet? That he said it's been a rough weekend or something. I literally got beat by a guy who was in jail Friday morning.
Man, people on the internet will come up with all kinds of fun.
Quick,
so good.
Did you see how quick those people what was it Friday morning wasn't it Friday morning or was it Thursday morning?
I don't
think it was Thursday morning. I think it was the first round because he ended up going anyhow, whatever morning it was. He's in jail that morning.
Friday morning.
At the course that day, there's people with free Scotty shirts on and have one of them had written it with a marker. The other one had a shirt made that had, and that was within hours of it happening. That they out there with
what
t-shirts
a time to
on.
be alive.
I'm telling you.
Well, I wish Mitch would get arrested. We'd do free Mitch t-shirts.
Don't hold your breath on that one. It's not out of the realm of possibility. But is it fair? And I don't know what's really developed, honestly. I know that I've read where the charges are probably going to be dropped, but I don't know if there's body cam footage. But
no body cam footage.
Well, to hear the thing say he drugged the cop, so is it fair for us to understand, Scotty's a good guy. He probably didn't drag that cop versus somebody who we don't view as a good guy that did the same thing, would there be a different take by the media?
One of the good things about the United States of America is you're innocent until proven guilty. And he has the benefit of the doubt. Everybody has the benefit of the doubt, unless somebody's a terrible person and has a criminal record. The public opinion is not going to give them the benefit of the doubt. So, he's established a certain level for his character, and I think that he deserves that benefit of the doubt. So, I mean, it's just hard for any of us to say exactly what happened without body cam footage. But I just, personally, I don't see how. What would he gain? What would he benefit? Why would he do that? Why would he change who he is and how he's acted and carried himself over a traffic issue?
I tell you what, that was the biggest story I followed. I mean, that story was getting more coverage and being followed by more people and more closely by me than any story that I have seen in years and years and years. Like, I was tuned in, trying to find out. It was just so odd,
so bizarre.
Yeah.
The funniest thing to me was when I was reading on ESPN, like after it had originally been reported, it was going through the cop and different things, and the last thing where it said that his pants were beyond repair,
$80.
that had me rolling.
Game is beyond repair.
The cop's pants were. I didn't see that
because he got drugged by the car. They were beyond repair.
Here's what I wanted to know: like, if I'm a cop and somebody's doing, and I want them to stop, but they're in a car, why would I attach myself to a vehicle?
You're going to pull them backwards, I guess.
I don't understand that.
Let them know how serious you are.
He must not have had a cup of coffee in his hand.
Yeah.
I would just waved him on.
Get that tag number, maybe.
I mean, are you grabbing a vehicle?
Negative.
No.
I couldn't stop you.
Agree.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll dive into a little Braves talk and a little is Ant Edwards the face of the NBA, Anthony Edwards. So Ant-Man. So we'll hit that in the third segment. But let's do a little bus cut right here. And I hate it. Again, this is not a typical edition of Law missing without telling. And so Wade, it looks based on the questions, Wade tried to cater to Law a little bit to get him back in the fight. So here's my executive decision, okay? And I know we're 50-50, but I need you to go with me on this. I think Law deserves second place points today. I think that's only fair.
Second place point?
Well, there's only two people. I think he gets whoever's tied. He gets that many for second.
Wow. I thought we were just going to give him third place points.
No.
Okay. Well,
yeah. I'm good.
Thank you.
With that.
I mean, I had to miss for work. I don't get points for missing for work.
That's fair. Let's just give him third place points.
Here's what I'll do. I'll give him third place points on here. Okay. So
it is a charity case too. So right.
Yeah. Well, I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about Law. I'm worried about if you get first and I get third, then it widens the gap.
No, you're we'll get first and second.
You know what? I'll bet on myself. Law can have second place.
Yeah, you misinterpreted.
It's first, second,
yes.
or first, second.
Yes.
Okay.
So you're not taking your second,
Okay.
just mutual. So,
all right, then that's fine.
As we go into the Bus Cup today, brought to you by Blackshear Beverage. Height sits atop the leaderboard at 48, Opie at 40, Law at 34, and Jay at a distant 28.
When does this thing wrap up?
We said through the end of the year, so we got a long time, and based on the looks of it, it's going to give you a chance to just boat race. I mean, just beat people to sleep.
I don't agree with that. If you take away the things that I didn't enter or the times where I had to miss, I'm probably winning.
If you take away the fact that you got points over the golf thing when you didn't contribute very much and Jay did all the work,
that's not true.
It is a boat race. I mean, I'm up.
He is up. Okay, so here we go. All dry race right here, okay? All dry race. And just we'll get it answered. I'm not going to ask them all because he sent me a good bit of them. But we'll start with this one, okay? We got history. We're in the history realm here. That's why he tried to cater to Law. The United States bought Alaska from which country? As the birds chirp in the background. There's my chirp. 3, 2, 1. Show and tell what you got, Height.
Russia.
France.
Russia is the answer. Give yourself a point, Height. Give yourself a point. All right. Appointed in 1967 and played memorably on film by Chadwick Boseman, what is the name of the first African-American U.S. Supreme Court justice? Cover your answers, Height. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What do we got?
What you got, Oak?
Thurston.
Thurgood Marshall.
It is Thurgood Marshall.
I couldn't.
Thurston Howell.
I couldn't get it. I knew I was around it. I couldn't get it.
All right, only getting a point here if you nailed this one on the dot. Which year was George H.W. Bush elected president? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
1992.
1988. No points. Height, you would have got closest, but
Man, I thought that was
points.
Reagan.
According to Wade, it was 1988.
Yeah. Reagan, he served 2 terms, 80
I guess
to 88.
Clinton was 92.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, no, I thought.
Moving on.
Anyway.
Moving on, thank you. All right, so we're going to go ahead to the bonus round now. So, you get a point for the correct number and a point for each correct guess. So, for the correct number and then each correct guess. So, we'll see how the question goes.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll make sense.
It'll probably explain it as we go.
How many U.S. presidents have been assassinated, and name them? So, we'll give you the point for the number, but we're also going to give you a point for any you get right, even if your number's wrong. How many have been assassinated, and name them? We'll take last names. That'll be good enough. I'll give you about 10 seconds on this one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Show and tell. What do we have?
3, Kennedy, Taft, Lincoln.
Dang.
How many?
I forgot.
What'd
I put 2.
Who'd you say?
McKinley and Lincoln.
All right, so the answer's 4. And no, so nobody gets a point for that.
Kennedy.
We got Lincoln. Who's got Lincoln?
Both of us.
Okay, so both of you give yourself a point for that. We've got Garfield. Anybody got that one?
That's what I was thinking about with Taft.
McKinley and Kennedy.
I can't believe I forgot Kennedy.
So how many did y'all pick up there?
2.
Both of you picked up 2.
So it's 42.
All righty.
I'm embarrassed.
All right, last question. A point for each. So 1 point for each. Which 4 presidents are on Mount Rushmore? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Show and tell. What you do right there? Oh, easy. Height, pin down.
Hey, no, that last one don't count.
Yeah, it does.
I didn't get to keep writing. You did.
Who you got? Who you got now?
Washington, Lincoln, and Roosevelt.
Okay, so give yourself 3 points. Height.
Washington, Lincoln, Roosevelt, and Jefferson.
That's 4 of them.
He doesn't get 4.
Well, he'll give you 3. He did right after the marker. Give him 3. Hey, give you 3.
You had not even started it until after I put my pen down.
That's not true.
It is true.
It's not true.
It is true.
So I got 3.
Show the tape.
The eye in the sky don't lie, does it?
The dude upset he's getting smoked over here.
I mean, that's it. How'd you end up with height?
6.
6. Opie.
7, I mean.
7.
I got 5.
Opie, so congratulations to Height. So we're going to give Height a 4-piece, which will take him to 52. We're going to give Opie a 3-piece, which will take him to 43. And we're going to give Law of Sympathy 3-piece because he couldn't be here at 37.
Hey, maybe next week we'll do construction-related questions since y'all are history teachers and stuff.
What's the name of the show?
Big Ugly Sports Show?
The bus. School bus. School.
School.
There you go.
We're going to do
Reach.
All right.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's fair reach.
That's fair.
All right, y'all stay with us, guys. On the other side, we're going to talk a little bit of Josh Hader, Braves, and Anthony Edwards. So, quick commercial break. Let's hear from the Bank of Dudley.
Bank of Dudley is proud to sponsor the Big Ugly Sports Show. Wherever you're listening to your favorite sports show, you can also be banking with your favorite bank. Bank of Dudley offers mobile and online banking platforms to make managing your money easy. Get on that Bank of Dudley bus. Bank of Dudley since 1905. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to the Big Ugly Sports Show, brought to you by the Bank of Dudley. Again, thank you to Black Shear Beverage for allowing us to do the Bus Cup and that sponsorship there. And before I forget, I need to put this in all caps because I keep forgetting. But it is time for our Brian Subs drawing. So let's see who the Brian Subs drawing is. You ready? How you locked in? Oh, let's try it again. That's on me. I had you muted. Let's try it one more time. There we go. This week's winner is Erica Holmes. Erica Holmes. Coach Roger Holmes' daughter, Erica Holmes, she shared last week, so because I forgot to make a post this week. So, Erica Holmes, be sure to go buy Brian's Giant Subs and enjoy a free half sub courtesy of the Big Ugly Sports Show. Thank you to Brad Meeks and the gang over there for that sponsorship.
Thanks, Brad.
Thank you, Brad. But going in now, we got our height, little Braves baseball. So Braves, I fell asleep last night. I don't even know what they did last night. Any update on that? I went to sleep on it.
3-3 when I went to bed.
Tough night for Braves. Lost 4-3. So
struggling.
Well, we
1 and 4 in the last 5.
Yeah, not good.
So
Padres took 3 out of 4, and then they won.
Is it just me? I feel like Padres and Dodgers, those two are two of the teams we always feel like we always struggle against, and we may not on paper, but every time we play them, I feel like they're going to beat us.
Yeah, I mean, they're both good teams, and you lose a couple to teams that you already think are good. You start thinking that, hey man, they got our number, but. You know, we've said this before. It's a long season, and you're going to have ups and downs in baseball, and you just gotta keep playing through, stay positive, and try to believe that you're going to come out of those slumps and see what happens at the end of the year.
Well, we're still in the top couple teams in the National League. We're positioned exactly where we want to be at this time of the year, and we have not played well.
What in the world?
That came out of my throat there. I don't know what that was.
I thought someone was in there growling. I don't know.
A stomach growling or something.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah,
that didn't happen to me.
He's close on the mic, too. I don't know what it scared him.
And he's worried about my
I didn't even know I could do sound effects.
Dude about throw up on a mic.
But anyway, so what I'm saying.
Does that negate any of his takes now for the rest of the show?
It's tough to come back from that. But listen.
Well, that's the show, folks.
We have had incredibly bad luck because baseball is a lot of things combined. It is doing the right things, putting the bat on the ball, making the right pitches, and then it's luck on top of that. And right now we've had bad luck. We have had a very high barrel percentage, but a very low batting average on ball in play.
Yeah, you brought that stuff.
So we're going to come back. It's going to even out over the course of the year, and this happens all the time where guys have a slow start and then they come back and they have the year that they always have. They say you always hit either 20 points above or 20 points below the number on the back of your baseball card. So it's going to even out over the course of 162 games. And we're going to be right there.
Sitting on that, so you feel good about that.
Boy, I love
20 points.
If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready, chill.
I love when you get rolling up. Man, that's good. Hey, y'all out there in radio land and be taking notes. My boy over here throwing
That's
up on
why I'm the most credible sports guy on this
That's what my people at Paris tell me. I'm by far the most credible.
My two friends, they say I'm so good.
Oh, so the Braves they do have the 6th best record in baseball, and they're 6 games back of the Phillies. But I saw something the other day, which you got to beat the teams that are not good, and so. But the Phillies, it's like I can't remember. It's like an astronomical amount against teams with a below 500 average as far as their wins.
So they've had a more favorable record, and the Braves have had a really difficult schedule so far.
Favorable schedule.
Yeah, that's what you meant.
Yeah,
that record.
Yeah, my bad. And
the record is also
so going forward. The Braves have a very favorable schedule, so they will pick that up. And now the Phillies have done something that's never been done before. They had a 700 winning percentage. That has never been reached in the history of Major League Baseball.
At what point in the season, like whatever point we're at right now, what was the milestone?
It had to be a minimum.
Just like X amount of games.
It was last week. Yeah,
gotcha. So they're like, what are they like? 40 games, something like that.
Anyway, they played more than that. Yeah. Anywho,
but I'm kind of good with us being second in
striking distance.
Yeah. Saw where Sean Murphy's coming back. They're expecting him back maybe by Monday of next week. That'll give a lift, and getting Austin Riley, I got to feel like he's coming back shortly. So that'll.
We need to start doing some oblique stretches in the clubhouse before the game.
Got to fire that trainer. So
where is the oblique? Which one is that?
That one right there.
Okay.
All right, so you and when we tossed around ideas to talk about today, I was kind of caught off guard. You threw an NBA take out there, so
yeah, man. Well, you know me being a UGA guy, Ant-Man being
an all sports guy.
Well, I mean, I got maybe not really women's sports, but at least all the real sports.
Oh, wow!
Just kidding out there.
Is he?
Maybe. But anyway, yeah, man, it just fired me up. I'm just the fact that this guy went to UGA, and UGA's basketball team and program is not very good, but he came in and it was a really big deal that they signed him to come play at Georgia. And then he was the number 1 overall draft
Number
pick.
1.
And now for him to have developed into the leader of his team, and his team defeated the reigning NBA MVP, and yeah, we can talk about that too. But anyway, it was exciting to me, and people that actually know basketball. This is where I got this from. Like, it's not my take. Like, I just listened to the guys talking about how
Just a conduit.
yeah, how he is taking leadership, and he's just kind of really the face of the franchise because he can play all parts of the game. Defense, he can drive and score, he can pass, he can shoot, he
Play
can
all
mid-range.
positions. Yeah.
And
He gave a good interview, too.
yeah, and that was the next thing. He said his personality is really good.
I don't know if y'all happened to be watching it the other night, but immediately following the game, we were in the hotel room, and me and Whit were just trying to find. We flipped to ESPN. This was on the ESPN. The post-game interview with Ant Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns. The language.
Yeah, that was rough.
I mean, no edit whatsoever.
Yeah,
I'm sitting here thinking, is this on regular TV?
Yeah,
it was hard.
I didn't appreciate that.
It was.
I heard the edited version, but I knew what he said.
Yeah,
It was. But if you would have heard it then, not edited.
that rubbed me the wrong way because I'm just not a big fan of that. But the content was funny.
Yeah.
Like what they were saying was funny. It's just I wish they wouldn't had such colorful language. But
He was just on there talking and like how he would be talking to his teammates, and it was.
they said,
and this wasn't real late. I mean,
the reporter goes, do you guys think that y'all are like, I'm paraphrasing here, but like basically ahead of the curve? Did you not think that y'all maybe should have lost it a couple more times before you actually grew to get to where you're at? And they were like, well, we've already lost a bunch. I mean, how many more times you want us to lose, man?
He's got that dog in him too. Like he got that UGA dog, but he's got that dog in him too. There was a.
Is he from Toombs County?
He might be.
Might have been. Got some blood in him.
They showed a video clip of him, and you can read his lips when they're losing in the game, and he's on the bench, and the guy comes beside him. He's just sweaty, and he tells the guy, the trainer or whatever, he's about to get in his bag. That's what he said. I'm about to get my bag with some colorful language, and then he went, and that means I don't know if you know what "get my bag" means.
He's redheaded.
That means he's finna
He
show
don't
out.
understand that.
Start his game to excel, and he went out there and handled business. And he is fun to watch. Everybody says he's Michael Jordan's son, but
He does look a lot like MJ.
so he's really fun to watch.
He said MJ couldn't guard him.
A lot of folks
so
said
that's
that.
too much.
That's what he said.
I know that's too much. Well, we're gonna find out what he can do because he said he wants to guard Kyrie Irving, and that series starts tonight at 8:30. So
I saw Kyrie go up to shoot a ball. The ball got palmed. Was it Kawhi Leonard or somebody palmed to block it? I would have fell to the ground, but he palmed it. Kyrie Irving just kept holding on to it. The dude finally moved away, and then he shot it and made it.
just kind of held it in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was amazing. I don't understand it.
That's why they.
Meanwhile, my vertical's like this.
Can't slide a piece of paper on it.
That's what made MJ.
Not when I get tired.
That's what made MJ really good. He could do that. He'd hang in the air and then shoot that thing, arguably, questionably before his foot hit the ground first, but he'd get it off. But that hang time.
There was no question.
All right.
So, speaking of your take towards women's sports, Harrison Buckner's been in the news lately about his commencement speech at a Catholic college. It's is it Benedictine or something?
That's
like that?
right.
Yep.
And so it's gone viral, and everybody's very up in arms about it.
Not everybody. I'm not.
Well, it's a topic of much discussion.
Very heated.
He basically talked about how it is good to come get your diploma, but working for a woman is not the most important thing. Raising your family is, and that should be your priority. And he talked about how his wife, her life didn't truly begin until she became the mother to her children. And I don't think, we weren't there, so we don't hear all the context that comes along with that. But I think what he was trying to say, and it's a Catholic university, it is a religious school. He basically was saying what they all believe to be true as Catholics. But he's been he's been
beat up for it.
He's been really beat up for it. And people are saying that he needs to be fired. So the people who work for the government in Kansas City outed his address, and they're facing charges now. Somebody showed me something earlier this week, and I don't know if it was true or one of those stories that's not really true, but clickbait or whatever. But it's talking about how Travis Kelce had said if he's on the team, he's going to resign. I don't know if y'all seen that.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I didn't see that, but here's the thing: everybody's entitled to their own opinion, no matter how right or wrong they may be, and that's one of the founding principles of the United States is we have the freedom of speech, and he didn't break any laws, and there shouldn't be any laws against free speech, and so everybody else just needs to get over it, because if you think about what makes a family and community run the right way, where you don't have, issues with behavior and different things, and we see this all the time in the school system. When parents are really involved with their kids, most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, good things are going to happen for the children. And, as a parent of 4 children, I know how important my wife is and their mom is in their lives. And the more she's at home and spending time with them and making all that work, the better off everybody is. Mm-hmm. So the cultural backlash against him has been strong through the media, but his jersey immediately went to the top. It's the best-selling jersey in the NFL. Mm-hmm. And
he's a punter.
Has passed everybody on his team. And, I think that the more conservative side of America has really shown the power that it has in the last couple of years and the ability to make an impact. So they need to be careful about how they handle it. I'm sure the NFL is very just trying to not do anything.
Yeah, trying to let it die down.
Well, you got to know, the NFL, they know who their customer base is, and I don't think that they're too worried about it, because, men are the main people that watch football. And so most guys, I'm willing to bet, probably agree with that, with a lot of the things he said. And so they're not offended. Yeah. But somebody like Travis Kelce, who is swayed by public opinion, and his perception in the media is really important to him, I imagine, his image and all that stuff. So he probably is either so out of touch with what is real that he doesn't, that he thinks that the dude should be kicked off the team, or he just is going to, go along with it so that he doesn't get any backlash.
Now his opinion also might affect some of the Swiftie. They might lose some Swiftie fans because she's with him. I heard Chris Broussard. I don't know if y'all know Chris Broussard, a long time man. He went in. He had a very good. He does a show. It comes on 102.1 and in the evenings. Him and another guy, and it's a pretty good show. But I'm not gonna get into all of what he said. But he was as a man of faith. He had a very good take on that speech, and really just kind of
the reaction to it all.
Yeah, well, just how there's some things that we're told we have to accept, but then there's other things like this that we're told we don't need to accept. And he went on and on about that. And then also, Whit was telling me this yesterday, so if it's not accurate, it's on Whit, but said that Pearl Jam's lead singer maybe either made a post or basically let it be known he had a harsh reaction to Harrison Butker's comments. Pearl Jam was scheduled to play at Arrowhead. Kansas City Chiefs said no. Cost them like $16 million of revenue of what they were expected to because of his comments. So shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs for.
I think that's Eddie Vedder. But
I don't know. I'm not into that world.
So
but
he said something critical of Buckner, and the Chiefs canceled his concert.
Yes, in that show. Now again, if inaccurate, at Whitney Alligood, but if that's accurate, then good for the Chiefs for standing behind their guy who they're paying to play. And
I hope that is true. That is classy on their part. But really the thing to keep in mind is this: you can get triggered or whatever by saying him saying you can't do it. He's not saying anybody can't do anything. What he's saying is, let's not lose focus on the family. And I don't think there's any way to argue with that.
Right. And Height said it clearly. The people he's talking to at that school share those beliefs for the vast. That would be that school believes in those beliefs that he's sharing. So he's not coming there sharing some controversial. It'd be different the setting if he shared that at a different setting. You might expect.
He's a private citizen going and doing what he has the right to do, and You know, like Broussard said, I think this is what he was getting at. You know, I can say whatever I want, and you can say whatever you want.
Got to accept each other.
And you know, if I have to accept your outlandish left wing beliefs, then you know, and you're not breaking the law with those beliefs, then you have to accept and just, you can ignore it if you want to, but these are mine, and you have to. Right. You just have to let it ride.
It's America.
I think the real lesson there is when you have a platform to speak, it's really, it can come back on you. Thank goodness we don't have to deal with that. You know?
Yeah,
because our platform
is so small.
You're right.
Dude, guys, he said, "Hey, bring it in." If there was a camera like in his face,
when he grabs that mic, he feels like he's driving something home. Right?
Get in my living room with me. Right.
I want you to know that our platform is so smart.
That's heartfelt.
Everybody on our platform believes what we say. So yeah, High's had a couple of women's sports comments that probably would have raised some.
It makes me a little uncomfortable the way you talk about it sometimes.
Good, I'll bring more of them.
All right, we are out of time. I've got to get this thing uploaded so that the listeners can hear it. Hype, bring us home, buddy.
Hey, be sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, thebiguglysportshow.com, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast. Hoping the Apple Podcast is working this week. Anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for support wherever you're at. Make sure you're following the bus.
Yep. Yeah, sorry about Apple Podcast listeners. Last week, the platform was down. I couldn't get it uploaded, and then I just kind of gave up. So, again, thank you to all our sponsors and all you do for us, allowing us to have this show. Thank you to Jay Bridges at Bridges Ranch for allowing us to use the grain bin, and Mr. Benny. So, we appreciate all you do. Wherever you're at today, whatever you're doing, tell them what to do.
Get on that bus.
And they swishing. Yeah, they swishing. Swishing, yeah. And they swishing, swish. Got the horn on the bus going